You won't believe what just dropped in part 4 of the Sister Wives Tell-All. Kody Brown has dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. He's not only bringing a brand new wife into the fold, but shocking court documents now verify something even more shocking. Robyn has quietly walked off with a whopping $2.1 million in assets. But the twists don't stop there. In a surprising turn of events, Meri and Janelle aren't walking away empty-handed. Instead, they've claimed key property wins that may just flip the entire Brown family story on its head. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is nothing short of explosive. In this fourth and most dramatic episode of the Tell-All, Kody Brown has left fans again in shock. Not by gazing back, but by peeking into what possibly is a drastically altered future. Following months of cryptic comments and increasing tension, Kody has finally revealed what everyone suspected. He's acquired a new wife. So who is this woman? And why hasn't she been seen on the show yet? Inside sources say she is still entirely off the radar for the time being, but that her unexpected appearance is reportedly sending shockwaves through the already fractured Brown family dynamics. The bombshell, however, secretly released court filings have revealed Robyn Brown, Kody's long-perceived one and only legal and spiritual wife, has slipped away with a huge fortune. The files show that she currently has about $2.1 million in assets, business investments, and real estate holdings that some supporters speculate were acquired together under the family's plural marriage years. And the web isn't letting it go quietly. Fans were quick to cry foul over what they perceive as an unequal payment for a relationship many feel helped bring about the breakdown of the family. Robyn walks with 2 million tears. One fan wrote, "Unreal." But what about Meri and Janelle? Did they just get left behind? Not even close. In what many fans are declaring a long overdue win, both women have apparently walked away with substantial property increases, some of which were once hotly contested during the show's earlier seasons. Could this be the start of a power shift in the Sister Wives world? As reported by insiders close to the family, Meri and Janelle had been working in secret with lawyers and financial experts, laying the groundwork for this very moment. It wasn't about getting back land. It was about getting back dignity. One insider close to Janelle explained to producers, this wasn't about property. This was about being seen, being respected, being heard. So now what? Has Kody finally lost control of the story? Will Robyn's $1 million departure be followed by something even greater? And what will the new wife do to complicate this already complicated scenario? Stay tuned, because the Sister Wives drama is far from finished. And according to the latest drama, it's getting more heated. After being painted as lonely and emotionally exhausted for years, Meri Brown stepped back into the tell-all with newfound confidence and determination. No longer the meek bystander, Meri let her make it known she's taking her life back. Sometimes, losing everything means finally winning your freedom, she proclaimed in an emotional confessional that strongly resonated with viewers. And she wasn't alone standing tall. Janelle, clearly upset, yet tearless, spoke up with similar strength. We've built so much, and now we're finally taking back what's ours, she said, her voice full of pride and resolution. The internet immediately lit up. TikTok erupted with hot takes, emotional edits, and memes celebrating the two women's resilience. While some fans applauded Meri and Janelle for finally receiving what they deserved, others focused on Kody's increasingly explosive decisions. As one trending comment wrote, Robyn walks with millions, but Meri and Janelle walk with the fandom's heart. Fans are calling it the twist of all twists. Kody may have lost loyalty for legacy, but now he has neither. Where it began as a tell-all, it has escalated into much more. A reckoning. Pandemic reaction channels on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter threads are all in agreement. The most explosive installment in the history of the show. But the question of interest now is Kody rebuilding his image, or is he just breaking down? Part 4 of the tell-all didn't conclude. It cliffhanged. And in classic reality TV style, producers hinted that more bombshells are coming. The enigmatic new wife? She's said to be gearing up to come out. And that might be the start of a whole new chapter for the Sister Wives franchise. Is a spin-off on the horizon? A new season centered around the fallout of the family split? One thing is certain. The Brown family saga is not wrapping up yet. In fact, this could be only the start of a whole new era. As season 19 comes to a cliffhanger ending, the last one-on-one interviews reunite all the major players: Kody, Robyn, Janelle, Christine, and Meri, for a raw and tearful roundtable discussion. With host Sukanya Krishnan, no subject is taboo. Each of the Brown family adults was posed the same blunt, hurtful question. If you could go back, would you have plural marriage again? Janelle didn't waver. I don't know if I would have married him, honestly. Christine was even blunter. All he did was lie. Meri followed up quietly but firmly. I'm not going to live polygamy again. But then came Robyn. Breaking away from the others, she said with unwavering loyalty, I always choose Kody. And Kody, instead of answering directly, he deflected once again. Polygamy doesn't work if you fall in love, he replied, skipping the question altogether, but telling more than he realized. With the spotlight on the aftermath and what's next, the legacy of the Brown family is now being rewritten in real time. And you fell in love? Asked the host pointedly. Kody gazed downward, silent for a moment, before responding with a touch of vulnerability. I fell in love hard. It was the first time that fans had seen the normally deflecting patriarch crack open, if only briefly. When asked if he'd do it all over again, Kody didn't speak right away. He bowed his head in contemplation, seeking an answer he never really provided. But silence, as they say, speaks volumes. Fans weren't having it. On social media, audiences responded emotionally to the family's strong stance that they would never go back to their previous religious ways. But while they were adamant about what they'd forgo, one huge aspect of their past was prominently excluded: their children. The right answer is yes, one viewer commented, because you love your kids. Without polygamy, you would not have them or the amazing moms who brought them up. That's what you tell us, particularly when some of those children are dead and others won't even talk to you. Another said, what about love should be multiplied, not divided? Oh yeah, he divided it, all right. Several noted a disturbing trend. Kody continues to dodge. One supporter boiled it down succinctly. He never directly answers anything directly. It's so always circles. Robyn's comment, however, I always pick Kody, spurred further criticism, with one Facebook user writing, like she has a choice. He supports her life and raises her children. Now as Kody holds on to what's left, Meri and Janelle are living a new page, one in which they're single, unapologetic, and all out, embracing their own power. In this preview from Us Weekly for Part 4 of Sister Wives Season 19, the two women sat down with host Sukanya Krishnan and candidly spoke about life and love after Kody. Although both are not dating or romantically involved at the moment, they both made it very clear. They are open to it. Janelle, specifically, did not hold back when answering truthfully. I'm a very sexual being, she admitted confidently, a moment that stunned fans and showed just how much she's evolved since her days of quiet compromise. Meri, meanwhile, confirmed that her spiritual and legal ties to Kody officially ended in January 2023. And while she hasn't been with another man since, she isn't ruling anything out. I haven't seen any action in a very long time, she said with a laugh, adding that her best friend, presumably Jen Sullivan, keeps trying to push her back into the dating world. Even joking about taking me boxes of protection. Meri added. Suki, giggling, said, things have to happen. Meri responded with a smile. When the time is right. But this is where it gets really interesting. In January 2024, however, Meri took to social media and nonchalantly dropped a bomb of her own. She's been quietly dating a guy named Amos Andrews since October 2023. Somewhere in all the chaos and destruction that seems to be Kody's life right now, due to bad decisions and torched bridges, Meri and Janelle are crafting brand new pages for themselves, ones that don't involve sharing love or loyalty with anyone who can't or won't return it. Just a month after hard launching her new romance, Meri Brown shocked fans once again. This time, with the news of the breakup. In a tearful Instagram Live, she revealed the difficult talks and harsh realities that brought her and Kody to an end. While disappointed, Meri remained firm, promising her audience that she's still as confident as ever and is prepared to fully enjoy her life as a single woman. But the surprise twist is that she's not ready to give up on love yet. "I'll be dipping my toes back into the process when I'm ready," she said, radiating self-assurance and growth. While Meri's already experienced the ups and downs of post-divorce romance, Janelle Brown is still figuring out her path. On the latest episode of Sister Wives, she admitted she hasn't stepped into the dating pool yet, but made it abundantly clear she's not asexual. "I miss physical affection," Janelle confessed. "The hormones are hell when you're single, but you just deal with it or whatever." Her candor caught viewers off guard and provided a glimpse into the psychological cost of rebuilding life after spiritual divorce. Then she added a comment that drove fans wild. "I'm a Taurus. I'm an Earth mama. I'm all about earthy stuff, food, wine, sex, all of it." Janelle continued to spill the beans that although she and Kody rarely exhibited PDA on the show, behind the scenes, things were far from innocent. "Of course, everything was very good in that department," she explained, further stating that she's simply not the type who openly gossips about intimate facts. "That's not me. I don't blab, but yeah, I'll hint at it." And yes, there was certainly physical compatibility. This vulnerability was a drastic change for Janelle, who has long been labeled as a shutdown and emotionally tight person. But unlike Kody Brown, Kody's marriage to her was missing a much greater component: genuine emotional intimacy. On part 2 of the season 19 one-on-one special, Kody spoke about her own struggles, confessing that she and Kody knew something was lacking. Though they had children, made decades of memories, and performed the obligations of plural marriage, no actual romantic relationship bonded it all together. And Kody? Undefined. He didn't dispute it. In an October Sister Wives episode, he informed viewers that his previous marriages, Meri, Janelle, and Kody, were battle-filled and lacked emotional substance. Undefined. People referred to it as F and F. Kody said mysteriously, "Undefined, and the second F is fight undefined? That doesn't foster closeness? That only makes orgasms." It was breathtakingly coarse and flippant analysis of decades of joint living. But perhaps nothing hurt more than how he compared those marriages to his current relationship with Robyn. He asserted that their relationship was the sole one constructed on deep emotional intimacy, implying that his other wives had ever only provided him with arguments, not love. That was Kody's breaking point. For 25 years of marriage, 6 children, and ceaseless emotional sacrifice, she finally left for good. Their spiritual marriage that had started in 1994 had slowly dissolved over time as Kody's affection openly diverted to Robyn, his youngest wife. And the worst part? Kody allegedly informed Kody that he no longer found her attractive. That cut deep. And for Kody, it was enough. The heartbreak, the rejection, the years of pretending. It was all captured on camera, giving fans a raw, unfiltered look into what it truly means to walk away from someone who no longer sees your worth. In a sneak peek for season 19, Kody reflects on that painful journey, questioning how she ever accepted so little for so long. Her life is no longer one of sorrow. She now has a story of reclaiming strength, rediscovering happiness, and ultimately choosing herself. For a long time, it was just fun. It was a blast, Kody remembered with a hint of nostalgia. The early times around Kody were a series of laughter, lightheartedness, and the optimistic sheen of a new beginning. But the happiness wouldn't last. When Kody married Robyn, everything changed. That moment didn't merely change the family's dynamics, it broke them. In Kody's words, the emptiness was instant. "It was nearly over between us the day he wed Robyn," she admitted. Their romance, once vibrant, started to lack substance. True intimacy? Poof. Support. Emotional, romantic, physical, financial? Christine tells it was never really there. Although they shared 6 children together, the bond between Christine and Kody dried up into no more than a duty. She confessed to feeling used. Those intimate times with him, rather than being romantic or satisfying, were tense and broken. And gradually, even those occurrences evaporated. By the time they ended, they were only intimate 5 times a year. 5. Christine finally stood up to Kody. With what little courage she had left, she asked him if they would ever be intimate again. His response? No. That simple word was all she needed to ultimately walk away after all these years of heartache. But the tale doesn't stop there. Christine discovered what she had always dreamed of. A love that understands her, appreciates her, and loves her, David Woolley. They got married in October 2023, amidst joy she hadn't experienced in years. Meanwhile, Christine was moving on with her life. Kody was left with what was left of his old life. Once Meri, Janelle, and Christine all left, he was stuck in a monogamous relationship with Robyn, the same woman whose presence had driven a wedge through his family years earlier. But now, even Robyn and Kody aren't on the same page. In a season 19 sneak peek from Entertainment Tonight, Robyn sat down for a separate interview and made her position clear. She's still open to plural marriage, if the right conditions are met. Kody, on the other hand, he's done. I'm not experimenting with polygamy anymore, he said. It's off the table, because it was taken off the table. And while that book closes, another one bursts into flames. In part 3 of the season 19 tell-all, Meri and Janelle finally address Coyote Pass, the sprawling property that was going to be the Brown family's new beginning. Instead, it became the marker of manipulation, secrecy, and betrayal. I got in trouble just for asking questions, Meri spilled. When we were still living in Vegas, I asked why the property was split up like it was. That didn't sit well. From that point on, she didn't ask anymore, but the suspicions never dissipated. She thought Kody had put his name on everything purposefully, maintaining control. Janelle also expressed her decades-long frustration regarding Kody's secrecy about money. In her telling, it had come as no surprise that Kody placed himself and Robyn first among the rest of the family. This was not dysfunction. It was emotional abandonment. Now, with the dust finally settled, the formerly impenetrable Brown family dynasty is crumbling under the strain of its own secrets. Kody's version and the online backlash Kody Brown's private one-on-one confession created a very different picture than his former wives offered. In his view, when the family initially began getting checks from TLC, Robyn did not see any of the money. Rather, Kody asserted, it went towards subsidizing the homes of the other wives, out of a sense of unity. But now, that unity? Lost. They've always looked out for one another, Kody rationalized, especially when it came to the kids. But today, Kody asserted he and Robyn are entirely on their own, carrying the load for their younger kids with absolutely no assistance from the rest of the clan. Better buckle up, because one viewer quickly retorted, "You didn't contribute to Isabel's surgery, and now you expect sympathy? You and Robyn don't deserve a penny for your children." Others dug deeper, siding with criticism of Kody's upscale lifestyle. His pricey watch collection, Robyn's designer jewelry, and their Flagstaff home all came under scrutiny. One user hit the nail on the head in a harsh post. Kody feels entitled to everything because he's Kody Brown. He needs to be a man and take care of his family. It wasn't just about the finances. It was about the emotional abandonment. Fans were enraged that older children from Meri, Janelle, and Christine felt forgotten. One entry referenced Truly, Christine's daughter, and posed, "Who's helping Truly?" Not Kody, just what's court ordered. David does more than Kody ever did. Another remembered for the world. He forgot Savannah too. These weren't simply hearsay. They were wounds that a lot of the kids themselves had quietly voiced over the years. And here they were, surfacing like tidal waves on social media. The intrigue runs even deeper. When Robyn became a part of the family, she also had a $32,000 credit card debt. a debt Meri, Janelle, and Christine assisted in paying off. Yes, they sacrificed. But when the Browns relocated to Flagstaff, Robyn and Kody purchased a house while the other wives rented. That picture? Robyn in a permanent residence, the rest shifting from lease to lease, it became an emblem of where Kody's allegiance really was. As Sister Wives prepares to air part 4 of the tell-all on June 15th, 2025, viewers are preparing for more truths and probably more efforts at damage control. Kody's empire is crumbling. The pillars, trust, cohesion, and faith have been shattered, and the emotional baggage of the past is finally reaping its harvest. Maybe the saddest thing to happen in this season of sorrow was the tragedy that brought together even the most fractured relationships. Janelle and I are saddened to announce the passing of our lovely boy, Robyn Brown. Kody posted on a rare joint statement with Janelle in March 2024. He was a shining light in the lives of everyone who knew him. Our loss will be so huge in our lives that it takes our breath away. It was a moment of horrendous clarity. For a family who've been through it all, fame, betrayal, divorce, and exposure, this loss was more profound than language. And now, as the world waits to hear what explosive secrets part 4 of the tell-all will reveal, one thing is certain. The silence is shattered. The secrets are revealed. And Kody Brown's life might never be the same. And Kody Brown's narrative may never be the same again. Shortly after it was reported that Robyn Brown took his own life at only 25 years old, his parents, Janelle and Kody, released a joint statement full of sadness and despair. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. They read, "Our loss will leave such a huge gap in our lives that it takes our breath away." Since his death, Janelle has been honest and raw with followers, sharing her emotional process on social media. In March 2024, just a few weeks after the disaster, she posted, "Coming out of the fog, it's been difficult to get my brain working again. I am so grateful for the outpouring of love and support I've received these last 3 weeks. It's been overwhelming. I am honored." She posted photos from Garrison's celebration of life, and on what would have been his 26th birthday, she honored him again with a heartbreaking Instagram caption. "We are missing you terribly today. It's hard to believe you aren't here anymore. We had dinner at Texas Roadhouse, and sometimes I still feel you around me." On her first Mother's Day without him, Janelle reflected on the agony behind a humble act, baking Garrison's favorite pie. Perhaps nobody loved it more than Garrison. That made this pie a little bit bittersweet. "I love you, honey. I miss you daily." At an appearance in October 2024, Janelle spoke up again, this time on film. "You just take it one day at a time," she explained. "One moment at a time. You do what you can to promote mental health, particularly men's mental health. And we still honor and remember him." In March 2025, 1 year after Garrison's death, she posted another strong message. "I remain busy, but in every moment of silence, you are foremost in my mind. It's been 1 year, baby. I miss you so much." Season 19 of Sister Wives got it right, showing us the unfiltered, raw emotions of the family. Kody Brown included, who had a highly damaged relationship with Garrison prior to his demise. In the May 4th, 2025 episode, Kody tearfully said, "Grief comes in waves. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I didn't get the chance to really make things right. I thought there'd be more time." The burden of lost possibilities weighed him down. His stringent COVID-19 regulations had put a wedge between him and Garrison, something never resolved. "How do I do the rest of my life with every holiday and every birthday?" he wailed to Robyn. For the first time in years, fans witnessed Kody battered, shattered. Not the authoritative father figure, but a bereaved parent struggling with guilt. Janelle narrated the last hours of her son's life. They had texted, spoken, laughed, and then radio silence after 8 p.m. "I never thought it would be the last time I'd hear from him," she admitted through tears. From polygamy breakdowns and financial betrayals to public grief and shattered relationships, the Brown story is no longer just reality TV, it's real life, unfolding with a painful mix of loss and learning. As fans await the finale of Sister Wives' explosive tell-all, the message is clear. This family will never be the same again. The silence has been broken. The truth is out, and the healing? It's only just begun. After making Garrison's brothers promise to check in on him that night, Janelle went to bed having no idea that her world was about to be turned upside down forever. The next day, she had the unimaginable call from her son, Gabriel Brown. "Mom, Garrison's gone." Janelle was left speechless, broken-hearted, and bewildered. "I don't know what happened that night," she revealed. He had other nights like that, where he would drink, go quiet, and return in the morning. But this time, he didn't return. She also confided in her sister, Carrie, and shared that Garrison had fought with anxiety and depression for years, which only worsened during the quarantine of the pandemic. He began drinking to calm the ache. And then, just this animal he couldn't control. "We did everything we could," she explained in tears. "I know that." In Sister Wives' May 2025 episode, Janelle remembered Garrison's abiding love for his siblings, particularly the youngest ones. He loved Truly. He'd always go check on her. And Robyn would say he'd stop by every day just to visit Sol and Ari. He was more than a brother. He was a guardian, a role model, and a kind spirit in their lives. As sorrow consumed the family, Kody fought to catch his breath in the throes of regret and broken fatherhood. He spoke candidly about his debilitating anxiety, his panic attacks, and the devastating knowledge that he never would have the opportunity to right his wrongs. "Sometimes, for no reason at all, it just washes over me like a wave," Kody confessed. "I'll never see him again. There's so much unsaid, so much undone." In order to sort out his sorrow, Kody took a pilgrimage, not one of geography, but of the heart. He went back to his family's old home in Wyoming, and there, among the red soil of the Old West countryside, he elected to bury his son close to his own parents, Garrison's grandparents. But Kody did not just attend the funeral, he dug the grave himself. "I interviewed the sexton at the cemetery. He's the one who usually does it," Kody explained on the last episode in May 2025. "But I asked if I could do it myself. I don't know why. It means something to me." Sweaty and dirty, Kody dug the grave not only as a father, but also as a broken man searching for closure. "I was the first person to hold him.